In a kingdom where every decision sprang from the earth, there existed a special place, the Garden of Choices. Here, every thought, every action blossomed into a unique plant, waiting to be plucked. A young man named Elian arrived at this garden, his eyes shining with curiosity. He had never seen anything like it. Tall, vibrant flowers, others small and delicate, some with exotic colors and intense scents. Elian began to wander through the garden, drawn to the most striking flowers. A deep red rose like passion at its peak, a brilliant golden flower whispering promises of wealth, and an orchid of vibrant colors exuding a singular beauty. Without thinking about the deep roots or the fruits that might arise, Elian picked only what seemed most beautiful to him at the moment. The rose for its immediate passion, the golden flower for the promise of wealth, the orchid for its singular beauty. In his hands, the flowers, once so lush, began to lose some of their shine, like a charm that quickly fades. But Elian, fascinated by the next beauty that appeared in his path, did not even notice the fleeting pleasure of his choices. Noticing his haste and his eagerness to harvest only what shone, an experienced gardener, with hands calloused by the wisdom of the garden, approached Elian. He was carefully caring for plants that at first glance were not so dazzling, but which showed signs of constant growth and future fruits. Without saying a word, with slow and patient gestures, the gardener showed Elian the strong roots that supported his plants and the small fruits that were beginning to ripen. Then, with a compassionate look, he pointed to the wilted flowers that Elian had discarded like lost treasures. Elian finally stopped, for the first time truly looking beyond the surface. He began to notice that the flowers he had so coveted were quickly losing their vibrancy, leaving only a void where beauty had once been. In contrast, the plants the gardener cultivated seemed to promise something more lasting, a beauty that came from within, nourished by strong roots and the patience of time. He saw that the roots were as important as the petals, and that time and care were essential for good fruit to emerge, nourishing not only the eyes, but also the soul. Slowly, the garden around Elian began to reflect his choices. The areas where he had only picked the most striking flowers became barren and desolate, the earth dry and cracked like unfulfilled promises. Plants with neglected roots withered completely, taking with them any trace of potential. In contrast, the area tended by the gardener bloomed in abundance, flowers of every color, and succulent fruit hanging from the branches, a silent testament to the power of attention and foresight. Elian looked down at his empty hands and then at the desolate garden that surrounded him, a weight of sadness and regret in his heart. With a look of learning on his face, Elian approached the gardener, who watched him with wise kindness. A calm smile formed on the gardener's lips, as if he knew that the journey of learning had only just begun. That day in the heart of the Garden of Choices, Elian understood a valuable lesson, that decisions made only for appearances and immediate gratification can lead to empty and ephemeral results, while choices that consider care, patience, and future consequences have the potential to yield lasting fruits and a prosperous and meaningful garden of life. Just like Elian in the Garden of Choices, our lives are filled with decisions, big and small. At every moment, we are faced with countless flowers to choose from. May we remember to look beyond superficial beauty, the momentary shine, and consider the deep roots and fruits that each choice can bear in our lives and in the world around us. Which flower are you choosing today? If this story made you reflect, share it with someone, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more parables and stories that inspire and teach.